It's
like,
insane.
look, technically, your life can end up. We're gonna talk about this right now. Can end up like DMX.
Yeah,
Can
bro.
end up somebody who was a fantastic rapper, had a had a hell of a run, but he just couldn't. The demons are still there for him. You know his.
I know it was something that I was watching on Gary Vee, which was very interesting. Do you want all the money or you want all the happiness?
Exactly.
Right? Because the money, obviously, I mean, we just keep watching it. I mean, the celebrities are literally showing us what all the money does to you. Whether it's the NBA, the MLB, they don't really get into too much trouble, but the NBA and the NFL, obviously, tons of stars, obviously, tons of musicians. I mean, the demons are just brutal.
You got Kurt Cobain, you got
right.
you know Heath Ledger,
everything
you got look at Robin Williams,
right?
You know, like.
And you would think Homeboy was good. Robin Williams is like the perfect example because Homeboy took his life like 50 plus.
Yep.
Right?
You got Travis Barker, like keep going
after hit after hit, and you're just winning. You know, you got all the money, you got all the fame. You're a G, you're the funniest guy on the planet, and still, you couldn't shake it. And this situation with DMX, not only is it scary and makes you think, but I just don't understand where we at in the drug war in America. It's not working.
The drug war in America, America has already lost that war.
100%. We're done. We need to retire. They need to start really figuring out this thing. I can't believe it took this long for New York to become legal with it. But okay, it's progressive. But I think that we need to start opening up the hatches and really start looking at some of these things.
We're gonna do what Portland did.
Yes.
Legalize all drugs across the board.
Yes. I mean, how are you supposed to take the Kung Fu grip out of the cartel?
Exactly.
I mean, the black market is crazy. Exactly. Now, granted, if we lose the grip on drugs, maybe human trafficking goes higher. But at least it's something that we can kind of control and look at. But also with Big Pharma, the pill epidemic in this country is no joke.
Yep.
No joke. And when I went back to New York, I could have got a prescription for whatever I wanted, which is crazy. Yep. Just to get high, not to get better. You know what I mean? And it's insane that nobody's talking about this. I mean, even with the mass shootings, I've spoken to a few people on the show, off air, on air. I'm about to do a couple more shows about it. But where's mental health being looked at? Where are we trying to talk about
this thing?
Like everybody's worried about, oh shit, I'm not going to be able to buy an assault rifle. Okay, listen, maybe you should be worried about that. But when are we going to be worried about, some of these institutions? What about the homeless? Most of those people, like vagrants is now the new classification for them, I guess. They're going ham. Yep. Out here in California, they're stabbing motherfuckers. 7-Eleven is hot like the block used to be in the 90s. Like where are we, we worried about all this bullshit. Here comes, Uncle Joey handing out checks that went to go buy PlayStations and alcohol, but you just released a package about $1.9 trillion for infrastructure, and maybe a third of it, if not more, is going to go to the EV sector. Right, so we're worried more about
5% is only going to infrastructure.
Right, what the fuck are you doing?
5% is probably what.
And how is it mental health fucking not infrastructure? Because if we don't have healthy people, the shit is not gonna get done. You know what I mean? And it's just really scary on how this thing is unwinding. And another thing, back to the DMX thing, they never released what he OD'd on.
I'm pretty sure it's probably coke or heroin. I'm pretty
sure. I don't know, man. I'll tell you this.
Whatever his opioids or whatever.
Right. And that's what I'm saying.
Probably
I
pills,
bet it's pharmaceutical drugs, and they're probably being like, yo, keep that shit under wraps because that's going to keep another ugly eye. We talked about in the United States, 500,000 people have died for COVID. But what about the 90,000 a year that die over drug overdoses? And a lot of those drug overdoses are pharmaceutical drugs.
Yep. And those have a lot of sub effects. Those have... it could give you stroke. It could give you heart attacks. It could give you, let's say, if you have breathing issues, asthma attacks and die, brain aneurysms. Like there's a whole myriad of things that happens from those things.
You said, not Jared Leto, Heath Ledger. He passed away because of the pharmaceuticals. Yep. Maybe he mixed the sleeping pill with the stay awake pill. He took the red pill and the blue pill, and it didn't work out.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And we don't even know. And we got cats like peddling this shit, bro. I think someone said something like Percocet is going for like $90 a pill on the black market right now, bro, or something crazy like that. That shit is more expensive than cocaine, ecstasy, LSD, marijuana, DMT, like anything you can fucking think of, bro.
Crazy. That's why I like the way Portugal did. Portugal, what they did, they went and legalized all drugs.
I agree.
And then you have to go to the clinic. So you go to the clinic.
Right.
When you go to the clinic, You go and they give you a pamphlet. They go, hey, listen, how's your life? You have a job or you don't have a job? Okay. You have family? No, you don't have family. Okay, cool. Now let's get you into a community that you can feel better about yourself. All right. So step 1, let's get you healthy. Step 2, let's get you a job. Now step 3, you still want to do drugs? Cool. Here you go. Clean needle. Marijuana's clean. There's no piss. There's no Raid spray in it. There's no fucking pesticides. There's no Roundup in your weed. It's pure grown marijuana, or pure cocaine, or pure fucking heroin. All that shit. Here you go.
They would make so much fucking money if they just did that and taxed the shit out of it.
That's what they need to do, and that's what they did in Portugal. And then, because most of the people who have a
right?
No, Portugal legalized. Yes, the country legalized all drugs.
A lot of those Northern European, because I know like Amsterdam, a lot of the drugs
they've been on the marijuana bandwagon.
No, but even all drugs, like you're not gonna go to jail if you have heroin on you, especially if it's an amount of possession. Yeah. Right? They just qualify
and
now.
crime goes down, everything is down, homelessness is down, everything is down because you could do whatever you want. It's unchecked. People are healthy on it because when you're happy, you don't do drugs that put you down. You don't do like heavy heroin or heavy cocaine to get your mind off of the troubles in your life. You know, people smoke marijuana to chill, relax, laugh, have a good time. You know, but the other shit that like opioids, people take them shits because they want to numb themselves. They want to numb the pain. They want to numb that they got this bill that just came that they can't pay. You know, they want to numb themselves from stuff. And it's a scary thing. I couldn't
agree more, man. It's very, very nerve-wracking, and it's sad to say. I don't want to say you heard it here first, but I don't think D's coming out of that shit.
I hope so. Really hope so.
They already. I mean, I'm waiting back for the test.
He's still in coma, right? You think he's still in a coma?
He's still in a coma, and on Wednesday they took a brain function test, but I don't think they've released the results of it because I guess they want the family to grieve, and they're trying to. Which is
fine.
Yeah, and they're making a decision right now. So I don't think, and then I think someone told me that he was unconscious or like,
when they found him.
But for 30 minutes. So that's not good. That's tough. Right? Like, yeah. So the bounce back. And I mean, fire. His music was fire.
Yes, it was.
And for a guy, when you look at it, that had, I'm not trying to take a shot, but not such complicated raps like Eminem or Fat Joe or some of these other guys. I mean, he kept it super simple, super basic, but the shit was just amazing, bro. I was such a Rough Rider fan. I was banging that first album like a motherfucker, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, my condolences that go out to his family and stuff. I hope he makes it back, but with the news and how I'm reading the tea leaves is not looking good, and it sucks that another legend has to go down, another black, or an Afro-American person has to be dealing with certain problems and didn't have the people in their team or in their group. And again, mental health, because there's no way D's not doing that if D's not feeling 100.
Exactly. Right?
So we need to be looking at this.